kind of yeah, emergency power to cocktail shakers.
Really, yeah. For those of you who are just joining us, I was just mentioning to Ed that my boss is in Turkey and was in Turkey yesterday when the night when the earthquake hit. So I didn't even put two and two together. It never occurred to me. Oh yeah, your boss is there. You might want to go get concerned about her for a moment. Them. Oops. Yeah, boss and Mr. and Mrs. Boss. How's that?
Um, okay, that's okay.
Oh, look, there's an omega particle right here, right next to where I'm standing. This was meant to be. I've been trying to do 100 of each particle every day, which doesn't happen all the time. But it's a goal.
Yeah, I, I prepared, a captain, that is currently waiting for, an upgrade weekend.
Yes, I am
And,
definitely waiting for an upgrade, but I have to decide who's going to get upgraded.
yeah, one at a time, so you, one at one one ship at a time, and then some yes,
Yep, just
just completions
exactly. It's
on
always
ground equipment. Where that's Mark 13 yet? Okay, Mark 12. Oh, that one's 15.
let's see where I'm up to at the moment on these guys. I started refining my particles from last year, so that's almost done now. Almost. Not quite, but almost. Oh, I do have a few sitting here. Wow. Don't know how those got there. Okay, so I am, at this point I should be at 1,500 of each at the end of the day. I have almost enough yellows. I'm short 300 reds, and I'm short 400 blues. I got some work to do to catch up. And obviously, it's just a goal. It's not the be-all and end-all if it doesn't happen.
Yeah, kind of. You get the grind you deserve.
Very much so. Hang on, let's go to the account bank and see if there's any stuff I can use here. Yep.
Yeah.
How about here? Oh, I've got one box there we can open up. Somebody's got Endeavor boxes someplace, but we'll open that one up. Yeah. Oh, 10,000 to lithium. Sweet. Oh,
I had this in the morning as well.
wow. Oh my. I can't remember getting 10,000 before. That's really a nice little prize. I'm a happy girl. Let's start opening that. There we go.
And by the way, Mike is quite sensitive, so I think Luca was shaking her head somehow, making her necklace jingle.
Yes, she is making her necklace jingle.
And I also think I heard kind of old-fashioned phone bell or doorbell
Come here, Loki.
a while ago.
Could be. Okay, come here. Come here, crazy dog. Ah, there she is. Okay. She was standing next to me, growling, shaking her head. Because. And yes, my mic is super sensitive. For basic. Oh, it's not an inexpensive headset. Couple $100 headset. And it's the second one I've had because somebody, a dog, ate the microphone off the last one. Our Hawkman says I've not been doing particles much. Well, I do the particles because, one, they're easy and I like the grind. It's very pleasant. And I don't know what the 10K to lithium is because I can't remember ever getting a 10K to lithium. I'm sure I have, but it's rare.
Yeah, it is the purple price.
It is indeed, and I'm going to just happily say thank you. I was at a hotel the other day, and there was a really minor housekeeping issue, so it wasn't even worth calling down to the front desk. Just something I thought their housekeepers should know about. So afterwards, I sent them a really quick note going, hey, this isn't a big deal, just thought you guys should know, because somebody will moan and groan about it. And they were really
Yeah, of course.
apologetic. They're like, "Oh my God, we're so sorry this happened." I'm like, "It was very minor. It's nothing major. Don't worry about it." "Well, here's 10,000 frequent flyer points." I'm like, "Oh, okay. That's not necessary." So, the 10,000 points is like the 10,000 to lithium. It's that frequent, unexpected thing.
Yeah. And they now put in the window again. Yeah, yeah. I know your minor issues. Going barefoot through snow to pick up the newspaper. Yes.
I actually do that back home. My husband gets the newspaper delivered every morning, but he's, as you know, sick. And I don't really want him going outside, if he even gets up in the morning, to go and get the newspaper. So I go out there, and I used to go out barefoot all the time until I got pneumonia. This would be 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago now that I think about it. And I decided, well, what the heck? I'm going to go back to hiking out there barefoot just to see if I can still suck it up and do it. Hopefully without getting pneumonia this time. In the interim, we had trained one of our dogs to go out and get the newspaper. But current dog would be like, "Oh, newspaper, oh, other thing, butterflies, squirrels, cars." And that would be that. She's not really good on the obeying thing. And if I try and train Loki to do it, she'll go out and get it. And then, even though it's a very small newspaper, she'll be dragging it back to the house, dragging it back to the house. Hours later, she'll be, "I've almost got it, Mom. I've almost got it."
Uh,
It would still be faster than my husband getting it. Wait,
don't.
that's not me doing a dig at him. He's sick. He doesn't get up sometimes in the morning. He doesn't sleep well, so
Yeah.
sometimes he doesn't get up till 1 in the afternoon or so. So, in paper, I think it's delivered at 4 a.m. So hopefully he'll get better and can go get his own gosh darn newspaper, and I don't have to make Loki get it. So I love the Universal Endeavor, which we did last night.
Yes. So next during the next days, all players will be banned for botting Starbase 1.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That was such a breeze. Though just playing it as regular mission's a breeze anyway. But for my little account that I don't play very often, just set it up on my lunch break, let it go. Finished eating my lunch. It was done. Yay! Mar Hockman says, "My sister realized A, she didn't like having a paper, and B, all of her dogs would shred it anyways." My dogs never shredded the newspapers. But I stopped getting the daily paper 20 years ago because it was getting expensive. It went up to like $1 a day for the newspaper, and we weren't reading it every day, and $3.50 on the weekends, so that would be almost $10 a week for the newspaper. And this was as the internet news was starting to become a thing, and I'm like, why are we paying basically so I can read the comics? That's not a great reason. Oh, it has redeemed Mom Hydration 5,000 points. Thank you. The hydration of the day is Deathstalker coffee from Gun Barrel Coffees in Batavia, Illinois, made with an AeroPress, which I had given to Farnes for Christmas, which makes a good cup of coffee. It's like a French press, but more refined. Really nice flavor to it. And some half and half because the grocery store was out of milk yesterday, which I thought was amazing. A grocery store that was out of milk.
Maybe baby boom.
No, ice storms. So the trucks coming from other dairies in the area
Ooh.
couldn't get to the dairies, so the dairies had no milk to produce. So if I went across the street to the expensive, Whole Foods type grocery store where they get it from local dairies, plenty of milk. You paid for it, but it was coming locally, so it only had to get shipped like 3 miles and no ice storm. So sometimes there's a reason to go to the expensive but locally sourced grocery store. It describes the AeroPress as the Jean-Luc Picard of French presses. It is indeed. It makes 1 cup at a time, though, which makes it
You mean a coffee press with a hair dysfunction?
You know, actually, that's a really good description of it. It's a lean, mean coffee machine, except it's not a machine. It's basically a French press, but there's no metal. It's all plastic, and it only makes 1 cup at a time. And you put in the coffee, a very small amount of water, like just enough to get the coffee wet. Then you let it sit 30 seconds, add a little bit more water, put in the plunger, plunge it through, and then add hot water to taste. Mar Hawkman says, coffee, Earl Grey, hot. Indeed it is. But since I'm in Indy today, and the coffee shop, the good coffee shop, opens up just as I'm going to work, I will indulge in one of their truly good coffees. And it's getting to the point I go there often enough, they're like, oh, you want the mega coffee extra hot with whole milk? Yes, thank you, that's exactly what I want. Mega coffee, meaning just their plain old boring large cup, but they think it sounds cute. And extra hot because it's got to sit in the car for the 20 minutes to the office. And otherwise it would be cold by the time I get there, and then we get stuck microwaving it again.
Insulated bottle.
I have one in the car, but they've already made it in their coffee cup, and yeah, might as well just drink that and not have to wash my insulated mug. I do the insulated one for the drive home, because then it's got to last 4 hours. Hopefully 3.5 today. Let's hope that the traffic gods are looking down favorably upon me. So what shall we do today, Ed?
Nimbus mission of the day. First Nimbus is a fistful of Gorn.
Okie dokie, let me get over there. Let's see. Yep, I have got a fistful of Gorn. I went back to try and figure out why I wasn't able to pick up the missions, and I basically reacquired Galaxy at Large, and everything is like, oh, okay, now we'll work. And here's an invitation for Crocodile.
Crocodile and Dundee. Yeah.
Id's coffee is, I favor a pour over chicory coffee with agave syrup or honey and a splash of milk. I have never had chicory.
In a stem glass.
In a stem glass, yes. For that gentle pick-me-up. Yesterday I did not need a gentle pick-me-up. Yesterday I was so sick. And I still had to go to work because a new person was starting. It was just, no, not a good day. So lots and lots and lots of drugs. I presume you beamed down already.
Well, I spent the night in Nimbus and did the morning shooting practices on the regular Orion culprits.
Well, my other account had captains, so I brought Gornalicious down here to do some captains. Where are you at? I see you're 85 meters away from me. Nope.
Yeah.
Who's that? Ah.
For reasons.
Reasons. Well, I'll just stand here at the doorway and, be patient.
Yeah, Fistful of Nimbus means talking to Law.
Mm. Yes, it does. I'd forgotten we'd start this one up. I'm so used to doing Fistful of Gorn that I've already started because I leave it queued up for the Gorn Valley. There you are. Howdy, howdy. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk.
Now let the cutscene go.
Oh, I love this
Yes.
cutscene.
Clint Wayne and John Eastwood.
Good morning, Pie. Pie says, shoot him, Tex.
Now this is embarrassing. I leave a death note behind and you find me alive. If you're anywhere on Nimbus, your best bet is to go.
Time for the canyon.
Yeah, this could be interesting. If a lot of people have got Gorn for the Universal, it can be really busy in the morning.
Dum 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 dum.
Whee! You want to do that console? I'll start up the
Should
next
count already.
Jump over to the next one.
Twang twang twang. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shot the puppies first. That was so mean of me. Console 2. Oh, that's a nice little visual. Figure out what that pink thing is. It was you. One of my morning endeavors was salvage. It's like, oh, how difficult, how challenging, Mom, with salvage. How are things looking on this year's charity drive? Well, I've been cooking a lot.
Okay, now let me do a Jem'Hadari maneuver.
Okay. Go for it.
Oops. No Jem'Hadari maneuver, just regular fighting and stuff.
Things will pick up on the cookbook once something
No,
happens.
no shooting before.
I didn't. I'm not touching.
I did it, yeah. Way too muscle memory. Blame the muscle memory.
I will wait. Can I shoot now? Oh, they're all dead. I don't need to shoot. Levitating Gorns. I like this. Oh man, that's got to be difficult to hold that pose.
And now when we have to do some loot, all gone gun.
Yep, exactly.
That is so... Yes.
I know. Well, we can do the repairs in the meantime. Yeah, Ed, I've got to try out the recipes before I put them in the book.
Yeah, and some never do well heads put a turret at the Gorn spawn point uphill.
Great. Thanks, guys. Should be one more. Okay, satellite's good. We just need codes now. So all these people are standing right here.
I just
We could jump over to one. There's only 2 people playing there.
Okay. But I just saw Gon spawning here.
Where? Oh, you're over there. Okay. I was further back.
And as we are a team of 2, that may be enough loot for us.
Are you all the way over by the...
I'm near the...
Yeah, I can see the lights flashing. Where are things exploding? That's where you'll find your Ed.
Yeah. And maybe there's loot for you here as well.
There's a bunch here. Let's see what it's giving me. Codes, 2 codes. So there's 3 codes. Let's see what this is. 4 codes. 5 codes.
Yeah, and we are done, because I have done some looting, and we can continue according to my progress. Right?
Absolutely. It looks good to me. See, we'll talk about cookbook as soon as we're done here. And, come on, console, light up. There it goes. Oh, it's too far away. Oh, don't forget to get the transporter.
Yeah.
Let's see. We want to change the first number. Yeah, we want to change the second number.
Oh, Mom, I have to bail out for
okay.
real life emergency.
Go do real life emergency, no problems. And I'll talk cookbook and I'll wait for you.
I think it will take longer than 15 minutes.
Okay, well, you do what you have to do, Ed. I can still talk to these
I will be back.
Okay, I will
hopefully.
be here. Okay, if not, no worries. All right, while Ed steps away, Pi says bye. So, Pi, this year, because we were able to auction off some of the Eagle Moss stuff, I'm going to put it back up, probably on eBay, and auction it off, and then all the profits I will send off to whichever one, or divide them evenly between the 2. But this year we decided, Ed came up with some recipes for fun. We were chatting, and it occurred to me we ought to do a Star Trek Online cookbook. So I have been going through all the food items that are in Star Trek and Star Trek Online and starting to create... Let's chat about that to the side, Pi, and we can discuss how I'm going to get that to you. But yeah, I was thinking... I had planned to come over this year, which isn't going to happen now. So I can do that, but let's talk about that on the side. And figure that all out. Anyway, let's talk about the cookbook for the moment. Okay. So we thought about putting together the Star Trek Online cookbook of legitimate recipes, though I might have to rename some of them to make it more appropriate. So let me do this. I'm killing Ed's mic. Please remind me to turn it back on. So things like plomeek soup. Okay, nice vegetarian soup. So I came up with a good butternut squash soup. Which was tasty, but not fabulous. So one of my coworkers gave me his butternut squash soup, which also involves kale and a few other things. Okay, so I thought that would be appropriate. I have my hot chocolate, unbelievably good hot chocolate recipe. So, okay, what's very Star Trek about hot chocolate? Not much, unless you tell the whole Sonia Gomez story to go with it. And it goes on and on from there. So I have a recipe for Decca tea loaf. Found out some nice Bajoran dried fruit that could go into a traditional tea loaf, but the tea loaf is made with tea, so that means let's figure out a recipe for Vulcan spice tea. Well, Vulcan spice tea is really close to Russian tea, so we are doing a Russian tea recipe, which we will redo as Vulcan spice tea and plomeek soup and hot chocolate. And it goes on and on and on. Yeah, I know. And I will guarantee, Id, that the recipe that I've got, you will never get the stain out for this one either, because, oh my God, it's for 2 servings, it's 3.5 ounces of chopped good chocolate, 2 tablespoons of cocoa, just a smidge of sugar and salt. And that's the thing I've actually been experimenting with. What's the ideal chocolate? Doesn't need vanilla in it and doesn't need salt. Yes, we actually have been working on our gah recipes, courtesy of going to Kizuki, a local ramen shop here, and we discovered that depending on what you're getting for your ramen, soba, ramen, or udon could be good substitutes. Admittedly, it's not raw gah, it's cooked gah, which is for the wusses. But there's things we could do to make this work. Yamak sauce. Okay, I have to figure out what yamak sauce would be. Buckwheat soba. Oh, that's a good one. Let me try something here. See if that resolves it. I've got some background noise. I don't know if you guys are hearing anything. See if that resolves it. Okay, yamak sauce. I'm wondering if we could use like a good buffalo wing sauce, but perhaps a little bit heavier on the heat. And just like, what's the super hot Bajoran thing? Hasparat. My co-worker makes unbelievably hot Indian things, so I thought maybe I could ask her for one of her zippier sauces. What is Hasparat anyway? Is it a food? Is it a sauce? Oh, it's got to taste good too. I mean, straight horseradish doesn't taste good, but I have this great recipe for horseradish mixed with, of all things, whipped cream. That is delicious. And vinegar and salt and a few other things. So when we get into the hot things, we kind of have to redefine what these will be. Well, perhaps you are right then, Marhawkman, because I've never had horseradish straight taste great. The fudge, yes, absolutely have to do a good fudge recipe. I think I've got 10 recipes that are okay, but I want to make them a couple of times to make sure they work well. And then you get into the other side of it, which is that the actual recipe works, because now and then I will take a recipe that looks good on paper, execute it, like my carrot cake. On paper looks good, you go to make it and it's too oily, and then you have to start working out the proportions to reduce the oil but maintain the tenderness. But the goal here was to put together a cookbook, put it on Amazon, and then all the royalties will go straight to whatever charity we pick out for this year. And that way can always happen, because when we do our monthly reports on which books are selling, I can do it by title. Jim Belayne 7-spice omelet. Is that a Star Trek thing? The chocolate mousse, Thalian chocolate mousse, or Tholian chocolate, Thalian, I think it is Thalian. I have my unbelievably delicious fruitcake recipes. The Cardassian Tasper eggs, which I realize are slightly live. I thought we could possibly do something like a 7-spice hard-boiled egg. Oh my God, there's actually a recipe. Oh, it's a thing. Jabalian 7-spice omelet. Holy crud. Let's take a look at what that is. Okay. Yeah, I'm picking up a lot of the food concepts from Memory Alpha and Memory Beta. No, I don't want that. Too many ads though. Let's see. Oh, it was created and perfected by Neelix. Jabalian. Okay. Jabalian is also used in relation to Jabalian fudge and Jabalian berry salad. Isn't there a red berry pudding pie? Wrote something in Danish land. Oh, and the rice pudding is, of course, our risalamande. Because my risalamande is to die for. It is so good. So let's see. The Jabalian omelet, tried it with a little more Spith basil, a little less Prishik, but couldn't get it right. So he added Nemean sea salt. Okay, so far we've got an omelet with basil, salt, and 5 other spices. But I think we'll probably use 5 other herbs. Or pie. Oh, hold it. Who posted the picture of the toast the other day? Was that you, Pie, or was that Board King? Somebody had a picture of toast. That was... Bleh. Yes, Rotgrot. Rotgrot. That one, yes. Yep. How do you say flood? F-L-O-E-D-E. Flood. I know it's cream. I just don't know how you say it. So I'm going to look through this recipe really quick here. This looks like something my mom used to always make for us. And it is. It's exactly what my mom used to make for it. Except she didn't know what it was called, so she called it cram because she crammed all the fruit into a pot, cooked it together, and added a little cornstarch to it. Oh yeah, this thing is totally awesome. Sing the fli. Flith. 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 I'm just coming over, Pie, and you can teach me how to say all the words. It'll be so much easier. Yay. Yay. Speaking of going places, we, meaning me and Frost and I, are planning to go to the Diversity and Inclusivity Convention in Philadelphia that's being run by Gays in Space in May. It's a weekend convention. It's not directly Star Trek, but a whole bunch of actors and people from Star Trek are going to be there. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, it's a shorter convention. It's a cheaper convention than Vegas or anything else. And Sean put it together kind of last minute to make up for the fact that we don't have an official convention this year. And we are going to get a table. I think we're actually going to get 2 tables and open up the second table to other streamers so they can chit-chat with people and talk about the game and Star Trek and their streams. At no charge, by the way. So if you're a streamer and you want to participate, you know, just get your butt in there and we'll go from there. And I'm driving over there, so if anybody's anywhere between Chicago and Philadelphia and wants to go to breakfast or lunch that day, the day before the convention, let me know. It's only 12 hours from Chicago. That's, for me, that's a relatively short drive. The goal is to have the cookbook done. I was going to be done before the Vegas convention. Obviously, that's not going to... Well, I mean, it may be done before the Vegas convention, but we're not officially going to Vegas this year. We've learned our lesson. We are going to go out, though, just because we want to hang with some of our friends. So I think DT and I will go out just to visit with people. So you're a little bit further away from Philadelphia than I am, Ed. If you can get your butt to Chicago, I'll drive you. Since we're not doing anything other than we'll have a display running of the Star Trek Online videos, we're not going to do gameplay. If I don't have to pay for internet and I just have to pay for electricity and bring out a monitor and my machine, this won't kill us financially. Because it's a tough year this year. But if you can come 2,000 miles, then Pi should be able to fly over to Philadelphia. Pi, it would be great. Come to the States for 2 days. One of our salesmen just got back from Dubai yesterday. Actually came in on Saturday and still is dealing with the jet lag of coming back. Hold on a second here. Oh, I saw there was a massive accident, and it's reported in my local news. It's actually in China. Well, see, I'll take off the last 400 miles for you. You just have to do the 1400. I'll do the 400. And courtesy of the previous event about the hotel having a very minor housekeeping issue and giving me the 10,000 points on my credit card means I just got Philadelphia paid for hotels. Yay! For myself at least. Yay! I still would like to know why not Cryptic, Paramount isn't doing an official convention. There's got to be a reason. They haven't said what it is. Oh, by the way, isn't the premiere tonight for the official Star Trek Picard premiere is tonight at some theater in Hollywood? And then the show premieres a week from tomorrow night, is that right? Midnight of the 15th going into the 16th, I think is what it is. Hey, Drunken Heretic, good morning. Oh, so you're only 5 hours from me. Good morning, Wolfie. Wow, everybody's getting here. Yeah, Ed had to step away, so, I probably ought to turn his mic back on in case he comes back. Though he can unmute his mic at his own leisure, I'm sure. Ed, if you're hearing this, I muted your mic, so turn it unmute it or let me know that you're back. Who is Richard Terry, Drunken Heretic? No, I came back to Indy last night and did not watch the Cryptic live stream. Good morning, Mr. Dave. Lately I've been coming in, and since I'm caring for the Hellspawn for the moment, it's a matter of get in, walk her, deal with all household stuff, deal with all work stuff, and then last night I had to pack the car up because we're going back to Chicago. That guy, okay. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the blurb about it when it came out because it was on my feed. But generally, I don't watch a lot of live streams just because I don't have any time. I listen to replays when I'm driving, but you don't get the visual. So I'm very auditory. Yeah, I remember that guy. I remember him. They did the interesting version of, what is it, April Fool's Day? Not audiobooks. I used to love audio. Oh, I do love audiobooks, but there's a new one. What is the new audiobook company? Hang on, let me Google it. There's Audible, which I had for years. There's audiobooks, which I dropped, but there's a new one out there. I'm not seeing the name of it. It's like Pitch. It's a really short name. Pitch or Whisper or something like that. Let's see if I can find it. Because they're not a big name yet, they're not showing up in the immediate ones. Chirp. It's Chirp. Really inexpensive compared to some of the others, at least for the start. So lately I've been listening to a lot of podcasts. Gates McFadden has a podcast that I really enjoy. And I was talking with her at the convention about, the tech stuff and finding time to do a decent podcast, which means scripting, editing. Sometimes you need to find an editor rather than trying to do it yourself, because if you do it right, it takes time. I haven't watched Riff Tracks in a while. That used to be my indie thing here. And I found I would get too involved in it and not fall asleep. So I'd put it on, and instead of just falling asleep to it, I would stay awake to it, which was a very bad thing, and all of a sudden I was sleeping less than 6 hours a night. Oh. I occasionally follow Will Wheaton, yes. Well, Pi, you know, you could share the short on the Discord so everybody would know. And then we could tell everybody what a wonderful job you did with it. You could, yes, you could indeed. That's why we have a Discord channel, so we can share the love of all the things that we do. I put something on there. Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think I put it in the lounge. Take a look here. Let's see. Yeah, if you go back to the 5th, so 2 days ago, I found a link for The Who doing music for Star Wars Jedi The Fallen Order, which is a 2-hour piece of music performance. I love The Who. So if you get a chance, put that on while you're playing Klingon stuff. You're doing a nice Klingon arc. Oh, did you? My bad then, Pi. My bad. Well, what happens in Vegas is usually quickly on the internet when it's me and DT and Frost and Board King. Because, you know, that's how we are. So as I said, this year Vegas will be just us going out, hopefully hanging out with Alpha and some of the other people who live in the Vegas area. But I think we're just going to go for Friday, Saturday. Which makes life easier. I can fly into Phoenix, drive up a couple hours, pick up DT, and go from there. The biggest issue is always what to do with the dog. Because she's adorable, but she does not do well in a kennel. She is not a happy doggo. And admittedly, you can take a lot of dogs into hotels these days. They're getting better about it, but I don't know that that's a good one. Where did you put that Pi? In the lounge, okay. I'm in the lounge. Oh, okay. Yep, I see it. I see it. Oh, you're doing it for Fractal Mind Mike? Cool. Sweet. Everybody go check out his link. Very nice Pi. Any money in that? There's a part of me that, much as I love my job and I work for amazing people, I could find time to not work anymore if there was some money in not working. And of course, you know, if you start Googling ways to make money, you start getting spammed with all this. Oh, you can proofread books in a day or for money. Yes, you can. It doesn't pay very much money. Then there was another link where people are looking for proofreaders for books to read a $200 a book. That's great. You know, for what I do, I'd have to read 14 books a week. But okay, that's possible. But then they're looking for you to do proofreading and stuff like that, to look for phrases that are overused to help writers be better writers. Also fun, but like I said, I'd have to read a heck of a lot of books to make up for what I'm doing. And much as I love where I'm working, driving 20 hours a week is getting old. And since I have the Hellspawn with me, I can't take the bus anymore and I can't take a plane. Well, it's nice of you to be fun and helpful, Pi. You're a good person. Oh, I haven't put this out officially. We're going to have the fleet party on the 18th because somebody, I have plans for this weekend, but I was going to do it anyway. And then somebody kindly reminded me that it's also Super Bowl weekend, and a lot of people have plans already. Okay, I don't watch the Super Bowl, but yeah, that's a valid point. People have plans already. So we will have our fleet party on the 18th when we will give away everything that's in the fleet prizes. Pi and I have cleaned out the fleet banks of all the extraneous junk and put in all clean, fresh, and new stuff and put all the good prizes away. All the prizes are worth at least 500,000. So if you don't work them, well, Pi, I've got it set up for a 12-hour thing, so you should have the ability to, pop in when you want to. Oh, you should be off. Yay! Yay! I'm going to start at 4 a.m. on the morning of the 18th EST and close it out at 4 p.m. But what I think I do that will be a little unusual this year is because not everybody can see it. I thought I would post all the prizes in our channel and give a link for everybody to go take a look at it. And if there's a prize you're interested in, I will add you to the list for that prize, and then we will raffle it off. So even if you're not in, you'll have a chance at all the prizes. So that's my project for this week, is to put together that list. And then anybody who's on can enter the lottery, plus anybody who wants a particular prize. The only thing we're not going to raffle off is the vanity shields. I think it's Section 31 vanity shields that somebody donated. I think that will be a grand prize, and we got to figure out what that's going to be for. And I think we have enough peripheral stuff that we can give away something to everybody. However, I think I am going to limit it to one grand prize per person, so one person doesn't win everything. I suppose we could always just make a list of every prize, make a list of every person, find a prize for everybody and send them out at random. But, what's the point in me having a fleet party then if we're just going to do that? And that's work. Give me 1 second here. Oh, just a reminder, I have a meeting. Yes, the reason I'm here is I also have a meeting. Since we can't see your hair on camera, what color is it now? Right now it is a very vivid purple that slowly fades out to a very dark blue, which will fade down to pink to dark blue in the next couple of days. I decided to change it and reverse the colors. It had been blue at the center and pink at the outside edge. But since this is not hair dye, it's hair conditioner that leaves color in your hair. The thing is, whatever is on the top washes down into whatever's in the bottom. So if you've got blue on the top and pink on the bottom, you wind up with blue on the top and purple on the bottom. If I had my hair guy do my hair, it would be a couple $100 every 6 weeks. My hair guy is also my friend, so he explained how you do your hair at home, cheap, and then just, it's like when you're going to Vegas or something, he will do it for me, and I'll pay for it, and I'll recut it. So the product I use is called Punky Color. It's like $12 a bottle, and that will last for a couple months. And you wash your hair, and then you take a paintbrush and you paint it into your hair. It's conditioner, it's not going to hurt your hair. Let it sit for anything from 15 minutes to an hour. Rinse it out, and you have color. And you can continue to do it as much as you want to. But yeah, for him to do it is super expensive. But then I get to hang with him because he's my friend. But it's a lot more fun to do it myself with his advice. And it is on Amazon, absolutely. It is totally on Amazon. There's other brands of stuff, but this is the one I like the best. If you want to dye it, use Arctic Fox. If you just want to do... Oops, let's see. Let's go there. Give me a link, guys. There we go. This is for just one color. They make a bunch of colors. And there's one called Overtone that I've never tried, but the colors don't look particularly vivid to me, but maybe that's just me. But like I said, if you want to go permanent, use Arctic Fox, which isn't very permanent either, but it's a dye, so it does damage your hair slightly. And the thing is, damaging your hair is kind of essential if you're going to dye it or color it. You need to make the cuticle lift up a bit for it to take on the color. So wash your hair in warm water. And that'll lift up the cuticle a little bit. Put on this stuff and then wash it out with as cool of water as you can tolerate. And whatever you do, do not wash out your hair in the shower. Wash your hair out, you know, in the bathtub, but with water running over your hair. And the problem with washing it out in the shower is then your face and your body will be whatever color you just dyed your hair for several days. Okay, Manic Panic or Splat, the Midnight Blue or Blue Envy. I use both of those. I have used both of those. And they're both good, but again, they're both dyes versus the conditioner. And I like both Midnight Blue and Blue Envy. They're both amazingly good blues. And amazingly, Splat works great on a beard. So if you are dyeing your beard, for those of you with beards, try Splat. A lot of companies around here won't let people dye their hair fun colors. More and more letting them do it. But they don't object when guys start dyeing their beards. I don't know why. Maybe it's not explicit in the dress code, and you have to put it in explicitly or something like that. At our office, there's no issue with it, to the extent that my boss is like, yeah, it could be a little brighter and maybe a little pinker, you know, make it stand out. So, yay, my boss. I will say, if you do the Splat, don't buy the Splat Ombre, because you wind up getting a half size of the two colors, and neither one's quite enough, so just buy two. Put the color you want stronger on the top, the color you want lighter on the bottom, because the top color will rinse into the darker color, and you'll get more of an even kind of ombre effect. And it slowly fades out and gets cooler the more it fades out. Well, I have a sneaky suspicion Ed's not going to be back. And we're probably not going to finish this up till tomorrow, but that's the way it goes sometimes. Tomorrow we'll be back in Chicago, all things being normal. And if the traffic gods smile fondly upon me, but I am planning to leave here about noon. So yay, maybe I won't be spending the entire day driving. I would be happy if that happened. Oh, Wolfie, I love your little teddy bear with a heart. That's so cute. So my hair grows really fast, and one reason is I take multivitamins, and it's the reason that I stopped going to see my hairdresser, the amazing Erin, because it was growing so fast that I was having to get it re-dyed like every 6 weeks, which is when, being the wonderful person he is, told me how to do it, what products to use, told me all the little cheats of doing it, but still, you know, he's the guy who does all the hair cutting for me. So if you're ever in Chicago, let me know. I will set you up with Aaron Wise at Lola Salons in scenic, but no, is he in Batavia? No, he's in Geneva. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, Ed is back. Let me go turn off his mic, or turn on his mic there. I muted you, your mic, Ed, because there was some background noise. There you are. You're back now. Hang on, let me unmute this mic too. And you're back. Ed's back.
Yeah. It was one of those things you cannot postpone or procrastinate.
Yeah, I know how that goes.
Even if you try to get full-term punishment.
No, we're not going to do that. But we do have time to finish up this mission if you'd like.
Yeah, let's run to the com satellite. Yeah, yeah.
So we got that one done. By the way, I tried seeing if you could walk along these exposed cables here over the canyon. Because I thought, well, that would be really cool if they'd set it up where you could just kind of work your way down them. You cannot. I'm not quite sure how I would have gone up the far side, but wouldn't that have been cool?
Would definitely be worth another accolade I do not collect.
Yes,
Yeah, but,
Ed and I'm not collecting the accolades. Speaking of, once the anniversary event is done, we're going to start in on our Star Trek Online accolade bingo game. And I see my lighting got reset all by itself. Always fun. Always fun when your lighting redoes itself. Let's see. We have to travel to the satellite.
Yeah.
Oh, and somebody's just killed off all of the Romulans here, so I guess we're not going to get that one today.
First to the backside and
Activate the transporter
activate the transporter.
so we can do the shortcut tomorrow.
Yep.
Ta-da! We are done. We have our Nimbus jaunt. I'm sorry, Ed. You got an accolade.
Yeah. Doing useful things and doing smart things and getting accolades is fine, but not jumping through loops. Sorry.
Loop jumping is fun. Don't we get a law for doing that?
You get it. It's in a. You got a box.
I got a box. Oh, I didn't turn it in yet. Hang on. Nope, that's the wrong one.
You got a box from the mission, and when you open the box, you get law. And if you
I did not.
if
get
you
a box from the
redo
mission.
this, you get another random
yes.
bridge officer
Yes, you do.
of good to awesome quality.
Yeah.
Duty officer. Duty officer. No bridge officers from here. No.
No. It did not give me. Let's see if it's still in here. Let's see if maybe I need to click something. My fistful of corn did magically disappear. The world does not end. Okay, Horace. Fine. I will go deal with that. It's not like I'm going to not run Fistful of Corn 85 times anyway. But I got the experience. I just didn't get the super prize. I know why. Okay, the world doesn't end. Well, it is 7 o'clock. I do need to get my... Wolfie says, sorry, Ed. You got an accolade.
Yeah, first prize, an accolade. Second prize, 2 accolades. We know this.
Ed and his accolades. All right, I'm going to go to work, folks. So, Ed, would you like to say ta-ta-ta-ta to everybody?
Yeah, so... everybody, it's Tuesday. Just a normal, boring Tuesday.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, but we can stay awesome anyways.
Ta-ta.
Ta-da!